The air is thick with dust and smoke as flames lick the night sky over Damascus. The year is 635 CE and the mighty walls of this ancient Byzantine city tremble under the relentless assault. Arab warriors, their faces wrapped against the swirling sand, press forward with a fervor that startles their opponents. Just 3 years ago, these men were simple desert dwellers. Now, they stand at the gates of one of the greatest cities in the world. A Byzantine defender watches in disbelief as another section of the wall gives way. Who are these people, and what force drives them to fight with such passion? He whispers to himself. The answer to his question lies in events that began just 3 years earlier in the scorching heart of Arabia. The year is 632 and the Arabian Peninsula stands at a crossroads. Muhammad, the man who united the warring tribes under the banner of Islam, has just drawn his final breath. The atmosphere in Medina is electric with tension. While the Prophet's family prepares his body for burial, his closest companions gather urgently at a place called Saqifa. Everything he built could crumble in these crucial moments. But something remarkable is about to unfold. Abu Bakr, Muhammad's closest friend and advisor, steps forward. The gathered leaders fall silent as he speaks. His address is marked by striking humility, acknowledging his new authority while declaring himself no better than those he would lead. These simple words, spoken in the heat of that crucial moment, mark the beginning of one of the most extraordinary empire-building stories in human history. Abu Bakr moves with stunning speed. The desert sands have barely settled over Muhammad's grave when the first rebellious tribes declare their independence. They believe the bonds of unity will crumble with the Prophet's death. But Abu Bakr is about to prove them catastrophically wrong. From Medina, he dispatches 11 armies in all directions. The brilliant Khalid ibn al-Walid, already known as the Sword of God, leads the most crucial campaign. His cavalry appears like mirages on the horizon, emerging from swirling clouds of desert dust. The rebellious tribes mistake his tactical retreats for weakness, only to find themselves encircled by forces seemingly materializing from the very sands themselves. Khalid's reputation grows with each victory, his name whispered in fear across the oases and encampments of Arabia. In the scorching valley of Yamama, 30,000 rebels gather, confident in their superior numbers. But numbers mean little against Khalid's revolutionary tactics. His mobile units strike like desert vipers, retreating before the enemy can respond, then attacking again from unexpected directions. The valley becomes a graveyard of tribal ambitions. Those who survive spread tales of an army that fights like no other, of men willing to die for their faith with a fervor that shakes even the bravest opponents. Victory follows victory, from the coastal plains of Yemen to the northern deserts of Najd. Tribal leaders who once sneered at Medina's authority now ride urgently to pledge their allegiance. Some come willingly, having witnessed the fate of those who resist. Others arrive in chains, their armies scattered to the winds. The desert witnesses a transformation unprecedented in Arab history. The birth of a unified state rising from the dunes and valleys that had known only tribal rivalries for countless generations. Within 2 years, Abu Bakr achieves what many thought impossible. Arabia stands united once more, but this is a different unity than before. The tribes are no longer bound merely by personal loyalty or political convenience. They are bound by something far more powerful, a shared faith and a vision of destiny that transcends their ancient divisions. As Abu Bakr surveys his newly unified realm, his eyes already turn northward towards the wealthy lands of Syria and Iraq. The desert has been tamed, but this is only the beginning. Abu Bakr's vision extends far beyond the desert. In 634, he does something that seems like madness to many. He launches simultaneous campaigns against both the Byzantine and Persian empires, the superpowers of the age. As his armies march north, Abu Bakr's own life ebbs away. On his deathbed, he names Umar ibn al-Khattab as his successor, setting the stage for an even more remarkable chapter. Under Umar's leadership, the Muslim armies achieve the impossible. Their advance becomes an unstoppable tide that sweeps across the landscape with breathtaking speed. Jerusalem's ancient walls, which have withstood countless sieges through the centuries, now face warriors unlike any they have seen before. Following a brief standoff, the city agrees to surrender, on the condition that Umar accepts it in person. He arrives not in triumph, but with humility, securing a peaceful transfer and guaranteeing protection for Jerusalem's Christian population. In Egypt, the Muslim armies face the challenge of sieging the mighty fortress of Babylon in Egypt. The Nile flows past its walls as it has for millennia, but the river that once protected Egypt now serves as a highway for Arab ships. As Alexandria's defenders scan the horizon, they see endless lines of cavalry and infantry approaching through the desert haze. The granary of the Byzantine Empire, which has fed Constantinople for centuries, now sends its wheat to Medina instead. But it is in Persia where the most dramatic transformation unfolds. The Sassanid Empire, heir to 2,000 years of Persian civilization, throws everything it has against the Arab advance. At the Battle of Al-Qadsiya, the very earth trembles under the charge of Persian war elephants. The Muslim cavalry, their horses terrified by these giant beasts, dismount and fight on foot, targeting the elephants' eyes and trunks with arrows until the massive creatures panic and crash back through Persian lines. When the dust settles after days of brutal combat, the Persian army lies broken. Their sacred banner, the Darafshkaviani, which has led Persian armies for centuries, falls into Arab hands. But Umar is more than just a conqueror. Even as his armies push forward, he is building something unprecedented, a sophisticated empire rising from the desert sands. Census takers count the population. Treasury officials track the wealth flowing into Medina. A welfare system provides for the poor. This isn't just a conquest, this is civilization building on an epic scale. By 644, when an assassin's blade finds Umar, the Caliphate has become the most powerful state in the region. His successor, Uthman ibn Affan, continues the expansion. Muslim armies push into North Africa and Central Asia. The empire now faces a new challenge: how to govern a vast territory that includes millions of non-Arabs and non-Muslims. Uthman responds by developing sophisticated systems of taxation and administration. He orders the compilation of the Quran into a single standardized text, crucial for maintaining religious unity across the growing empire. But not everyone approves of his methods. In 656, tensions boil over. Rebels, accusing him of favoritism and mismanagement, break into his house. The elderly caliph meets his end while reading the very Quran he helped standardize. The caliphate now enters its first great civil war. Ali ibn Abi Talib, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, takes the reins of leadership, but immediately faces challenge from Muawiyah, the governor of Syria. The conflict that follows changes everything. The resulting civil war, known as the First Fitna, divides the Muslim community in ways that persist for centuries. After Ali falls to an assassin's poisoned blade in 661, Muawiyah establishes the Umayyad dynasty. The caliphate transforms from a consultative leadership to a hereditary monarchy. Under the Umayyads, the Islamic empire reaches its greatest extent. Their armies sunder across North Africa and into Spain in the west, while in the east they reach the borders of China. Damascus becomes their new capital, a glittering jewel of architecture and culture. They mint coins, establish postal routes, and create a bureaucracy that effectively governs their vast territories. But success breeds its own problems. Many Muslims feel the Umayyads have strayed too far from religious principles in their pursuit of worldly power. In 750, these tensions explode. The Abbasids, claiming descent from Muhammad's uncle, overthrow the Umayyads. A lone prince of the old dynasty flees to Spain, where he established a separate caliphate. The Abbasids build a new capital at Baghdad, which becomes the center of a golden age. Under caliphs like Harun al-Rashid, the city grows into a wonder of the medieval world. Scholars translate ancient texts, astronomers map the stars, and poets compose verses that will be recited for centuries to come. The desert warriors who once fought with sword and spear have created an empire of knowledge and culture. But maintaining such a vast empire proves increasingly difficult. By the 9th century, the caliphate begins to fragment. Then, in the winter of 1258, the nightmare that has haunted the Islamic world for decades finally arrives at Baghdad's gates. Hulagu Khan's Mongol army darkens the horizon. 100,000 strong, the last Abbasid caliph, al-Mustasim, sits in his palace, convinced that no army can breach the walls of the city of peace. He is tragically mistaken. Baghdad will burn, and with it, the last light of the Abbasid Caliphate. But that is a story for another time.